Yeah, I bet that is how you feel. Ain't that funny, man? That's how you feel when it comes to these people
I
over here.
don't buy any
It's
of his
funny.
products. So I don't give a damn about Elon Musk. He has no.
Don't worry, you will be. You will be buying Elon Musk products pretty soon. Don't worry. You know what I mean? Soon enough, they're gonna have a chip in your head.
I have been thinking about. I have been thinking about his internet. Sounds pretty nice, but
I think we're probably gonna be. Tell me if you hear us echoing through the.
Yeah,
we're probably
I
gonna
hear
be echoing.
you. I hear you echoing.
Are you being serious right now, or are you just saying that?
It's sometimes it's both.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can cut off my echo.
Synced up. You look like you're synced up.
Let me see if I can cut off the echoing from the other. Because we're live not only on TikTok, you guys. We're also on YouTube. We're also on Facebook. You guys check us out on Uncommon Courtesy on YouTube 360. Also check us out on Webs Network Media on Facebook. Let me see if I can make it so that it does not echo.
I can mute you.
Must be off. Echo. I don't. Let me see. I might have to. Let me see. I don't know. Because there's no way to do it really because I have to talk here to get through this one right here. You know, it is.
It's not echoing on my end. Not okay. Anymore.
It's not echoing on my end either.
No, because I can hear you through the StreamYard.
I can hear. I don't know if people can hear. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just go ahead and go for it. I mean, maybe I might need to put it on. Put one up on YouTube too.
1, 2, 3. You should be able to hear me over there. I see my. Even though there's no picture of me, I can see it. Yeah, the voice going over there.
Yeah. You're definitely here, man. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely here. Right now we're talking about, Abrego Garcia being released after his wrongful imprisonment by the illegal Trump. I won't even want to call it administration anymore because no longer I can't even look at it as an administration any longer. It just doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like a realistic presidency right now to me. Yeah, it feels like a clown show. That's a good. Thank you. I appreciate you giving me that eloquent way to put this. This next 4 years that we're under, he's trying to make it into forever. You know what I mean? This guy's gonna try to write. Hey, he basically sold everybody a bill of goods, man, so that he doesn't have to go to prison. Now he was like this. You know what? They were like this. Listen, you got to release MLK? Yes. You're going to release the JFK? Yes. You're going to release the Epstein files? What'd he say?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
I mean, they got turned down. They got turned down for the grand jury stuff, but it's still going to come out.
Yeah. Let me ask you.
Now we got the really good stuff on the Obama administration about the whole Russia.
Are we serious?
You guys are so crooked. It's ridiculous. It's uncommon. Is it how crooked you guys can be?
Is it crooked like a $400 million jet that's going to the Trump library, or the what is that? How many?
Nice. I mean, Ronald Reagan's got a jet sitting in his library. Why can't Trump?
How many millions he's about to give to the Trump library to? Somebody else is giving how many millions they were giving to him? Or is it billions?
It might have been billions. Like $1 billion.
It's going to the Trump library.
Man,
how many books can you buy? How many books can you buy? I'm wondering how many books can you buy at this point in time.
It's a nice jet. You see?
You're talking about the jet. They're about to retrofit the jet with like another $1.5 billion in upgrades with American money, and that is American taxpayer money, and it's going to go to the Trump library, huh? Yeah, that's not crooked. That's not crooked at all. Jared Kushner, how many billions they give him as soon as he left the White House last time? How many billions he get? Yeah, he pretty much told us.
Good business deals.
Yeah, I'm sure they gave him the billions. Then he didn't invest any of it for years. And then he put a large chunk of the first money he allocated into. You know where he put that money at? Into Israel.
Probably his wife.
They probably that too. Probably gave her a couple dollars too. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he gave a big chunk of it to Israel.
Baby, go buy some new clothes. Go buy some new clothes. Dad's gonna win another term in office. We need to look good.
You like to use that. You guys like to use that term "daddy" around here. I've been seeing that about you guys talk about Trump. This is getting to be. I don't know what's going on with that terminology.
I mean, isn't he married to Ivanka? Right. So
yeah. I mean, but you know what I mean. But I mean, that's not his daddy though. I mean, unless you.
It's his daddy-in-law.
Daddy-in-law. You ever called your father-in-law your daddy-in-law? You ever called him
No,
that before? I'm
no,
pretty sure you
no.
haven't. It doesn't sound normal to me, but I don't know. I'm not a part of the MAGA movement. I don't know if that's a normal thing.
That's something. I think a lot of people from Washington say that. Daddy. You know that they use daddy.
I don't know. I know that a lot of Trump people have been trying to say, let's call Trump daddy. That's what they've been saying about him.
He's not my daddy. He's not my daddy. He is my president.
He ain't my president.
I voted for him.
I didn't vote for him. He's my president by default, I guess. By default. You know what I mean? Like, he's like I say, man.
Listen, Biden was my president. I mean, I didn't like what he wanted, what he did, but I mean, I don't think he knew what he did, but that's a different story.
Like I always tell everybody, Biden was probably one of the as far as presidents are concerned, as far as getting things done, he's probably one of the best presidents that we ever had. As far like
he didn't even know he's president.
And that right there, I mean, that's like saying that Trump.
Nobody knows who made the decisions over there. Sure as hell wasn't him.
Yeah, see right there. See, that's the part of the argument that you guys can't ever prove, but you just say it anyways. This is what Trump does. He'll just say something 1,000 times and hope that nobody else remembers what's going on. It's crazy the way that he talks.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You guys are living in a fantasy where reality doesn't match with what's actually going on. The fact that he sat there and auto-penned everything shows that he damn near didn't do anything while he was there.
So
you can't just auto-pen
if allegedly I auto-penned something.
Allegedly.
I don't know. See? I'm just saying. I asked the question.
No,
I can't give you guys what you say like credit, full credit, because half the time y'all are saying stuff that Trump says, and he just tells a lot of lies. He lies a lot. Like so much that you guys sit back and act like it's just a joke. Like he's just lying. That was a joke.
Do you want me to bring up all the times that Biden's lied over his career? 52 years in government service, and he lied
I bet you Trump has lied more in 1 month than Biden lied in 52 years. I can put that on something. I can put that on something right now.
Don't know.
He lies more in 1 month than a man did in 52 years. That speaks volumes.
Wait a minute. Who did we pardon? Did we? Okay.
He might have forgot. He pardoned a lot of people. If I pardoned a couple thousand people, I might not remember everybody who I pardoned. Would you? No, I wouldn't. That's normal. That's a normal thing. You know what I mean?
He forgot he was president for a while, I think. I mean, just saying. Biden forgot he was president.
I don't know. All I know is that during
we had a 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
We had a pretty calm. Yeah, I mean, that's nice. I would love my hair. Go to bed. I don't care if he goes to bed or not. If there's anything else to do, no more work, go to bed. I ain't tripping. I like our country calm. That's a calm. Our stock market was calm. The country was calm. Things were going in a good direction. You know what I mean? When you got now
your grasp on reality is shaky at best.
Like what? Tell me what was bad. Tell me.
Prices were way up. Gas was way up. Let's see, 2 wars under him. What else? You got 13 service members killed in Afghanistan, and he sat there and looked at his watch while they were coming off the plane. What else do you want from a man who has no clue what he's doing as president of the United States?
So now let me answer those questions right here. So are you telling me that the $8 trillion in deficit spending under Trump, which was a record amount in 4 years, no one's ever done that in 4 years? Only one person ever did it in 8, and that was Obama. He did it in 8 years. It took Trump 4 years to do that.
Did Obama have a pandemic?
No, he had a financial crisis though when he first came into office.
No, that's not a pandemic. But you didn't have millions of people dying all over the world.
Now it's millions of people dying all over the world. The other day we talked about it. He was like, there wasn't that many people died. But listen, let me say this.
I said all over the world.
He lost millions of jobs. Like in his first few months in office, they were already shedding 800,000 jobs before he got into office. They were shedding 800,000 jobs a month.
That is not true. That is a falsehood.
Go look at that.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up for you. His economic numbers for jobs was awesome prior to COVID. Prior to COVID, they were awesome.
I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about during Obama's administration. I'm talking about during Obama's administration, when he first was walking into office, they were already shedding 800,000 jobs per month already. And it was going, and it went on for a while. Like his first that's
something you can blame the Democrats on.
How? When you got a Republican president. When you had a Republican president in office.
Democrat. Barney Frank, Democrat. The housing crisis was caused by the Democrats. because you guys during the
Oh,
Clinton
my
administration
Oh,
wanted
my
to let
goodness.
everybody and the mother get a loan without having it secured.
Listen, I
That
don't think
happened
that,
during the Clinton administration, so you can thank him for that. You can thank the Democrats and Barney
I don't
Frank for that.
I don't look at it as
Go check your facts.
I'm not saying that they didn't have. I'm not saying that Barney
That was
Frank.
the cause of the problem.
I'm not
in
saying that
08,
Barney
09.
Frank. I remember that law they had, but I mean at the same
Yes,
time,
that's exactly what the problem was.
who was in office when everything was going on? Though you can't look at something like, oh, since this happened 10 years ago, now all of a sudden when the actual law kind of kicks in,
No,
this is the people
because
who are
what
to blame for
happens
it.
is
Doesn't work like that.
Yes, it does. Because when you start putting homes out there and loans start coming due and people can't start paying them 10 years after, that's where the problem is.
It really didn't take that long. But let me say this. So are you saying
did.
that the whole first part of Bush's economic numbers that were actually good were due to the fact that people were buying homes? People were in the home prices were going up. That's correct, right? Then
Yes,
if
that is correct.
you have to
But the
attribute one
problem
thing
was
to
the
the other.
bottom dropped out when they had all those unsecured loans when Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac couldn't.
So there was no way he should have been able to correct whatever was going on if he was not
He was
distracted.
leaving office.
No, he wasn't
was
leaving
leaving
office. He was not leaving office.
2007, 2008. That was the last 2 years of his term.
But they saw this coming before that. This was already starting to happen. They were already starting to have defaults on home loans years before that. He didn't pay attention.
That's because
he didn't have his hand on the pulse of what was going on because
the defaults happened because Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae were failing because of Democrats' regulations in the late 90s. They passed regulations in the late 90s, which then in turn 8 years later, all hell broke loose because of that.
No, what I'm going to say is this right here. They passed regulations that should have been kept up on, period. If I pass something, that doesn't mean that, okay, because I'm in office for the last 6 years, I don't have to keep up on what's going on here. If this is what's booming for me and there's things going on, it's getting shaky, there's regulatory bodies that are in place that should have been paying attention to that. You know what they're paying attention to? Terrorism, war, XYZ, and not paying attention to the American economy. That's Bush's fault. It's not Clinton's fault. You can't blame him for that.
No,
he wasn't even in office during that time.
Yeah, no. You have to blame Clinton because he's the one that signed that into law.
I don't think that it was necessarily a bad law. I think it just was not kept up on. Period.
No, it was a terrible law.
When it initially happened,
because you let people who could not afford those homes take loans out, and you knew better.
Banks allowed that. Wait. Blame it on banks. Blame it on. They didn't have to give them those
regulations.
No, they did not. They did not have to give those loans. They did not. No, they did not. They did not have to give.
They weren't forced to do it, but they sure as hell fed into it.
Okay, so do not blame this on. Because what should have happened then was there should have been more regulatory scrutiny for the case. That's what should have happened. They should have scrutinized the case further.
They dropped the standards for giving out a loan so low so everybody and their mother could get one, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But the problem
that was the bank's fault. That was the bank's fault. The banks dropped those.
That was the government's fault.
They opened the door and the banks took hold of it and ran with it. Period. Plain and simple. They ran with it, and they ran with it first. And then they started making credit default swaps and all kinds of other stuff. All kind of that's a Republican type of thing when you start getting into those types of things right here. The trading, credit default swaps, and all that kind of crap. That's what helped sink the market. It wasn't just the loans. It was the games they played with the loans after the fact when they knew they were bad. That's what happened. Start bundling the loans up, putting them together, selling them to other people. That's what really happened here. So let's not blame it on the people who are trying to buy houses, and let's blame it on the banks who are giving the people bad loans they knew they could not afford. That's what really happened.
The government was Fannie Mae.
We're gonna stop blaming the general public for everything around here. Blame the people who are actually
the Democrats for their stupid law that they passed.
Who got bailed out?
Everybody and their mother got bailed out.
No, I'm gonna tell you who got bailed out.
Banks
got bailed
out.
People lost their homes. People lost their homes. That's who got bailed. That's who didn't get bailed out. The people. It's strange to me that you're never for the people. You're always for the big banks or for everyone else, but you're never for the people ever getting their justice. Why is that?
No, here's the problem. Steve? I am for the people, right? The problem is the overbloated government caused those people to lose their homes.
No, they didn't. Not actually. Yes. I mean, you know what the government should have did? Instead of bailing the banks out, they should have bailed the people out. That's what they should have did, and make sure they could have kept their homes.
The problem is, Leslie, you can't have financial institutions like Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae fail. What would they say? They're too big to fail.
That wasn't just them.
But that's the government doing that. That's not.
It was a lot of banks. That's a Freddie Mae and Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae are actual government institutions. That's what they are. They're ran pretty much by the government. I don't care, but I'm happy with them not failing. I'm talking about the banks that they should have allowed to fail, that they gave billions and billions of dollars to stay open. That's what they should have. I mean, and they knew that they cheated the entire matrix by what they did. They giving these people these loans they knew they could not afford, and then making balloon payments down the line.
That's because the Democrats passed laws in order for them to do that. They were called subprime mortgages. Wesley, go look it up.
I've heard of that, but that doesn't mean that
was something that came out of the
so that's telling a bank, hey, you have to give this person this loan. But no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
They did not force the bank.
They were told by the federal government, you need to start getting away from all your practices.
Lending more. You need to start lending more. That does not mean
people can't afford it.
No one ever said
they had to make it. The chickens came home to roost, man. After those mortgages started failing, people couldn't pay them anymore because rates were going up. Guess what?
I wonder, is this thing echoing? I can't tell.
I can't tell. It's not echoing on my end.
I'm gonna.
I have you turned. I have you muted on TikTok.
Which you should, man, because at the end of the day, this is a bad argument for you, like normal. Okay, and I hear you have some pretty bad arguments normally around here. It's strange that you have this type of stuff going on.
You are again. Your grasp on reality, Wesley, is you're just hanging on by a thread. You're hanging on. I'm just being honest, man. But you don't know your facts. That's the problem. You can be as honest as you want, but your facts are wrong.
It's just I'm just gonna be real with you. It just seems like to me that you're always for people big business. And I'm not against big business.
I'm against big government. That's what I'm against. And that Clinton era was big government. What he did there, what Barney Frank did, and got that bill passed was terrible.
The biggest expansion of the government was during Bush. You know it. He expanded the government exponentially. He didn't. I thought Clinton fired a whole bunch of federal employees on his watch, right? Wasn't that the whole call? Everyone saying, "Oh, Clinton fired all these federal employees." Then Bush makes the law. What did he start the Patriot Act?
But yet, hold on. Are you upset by that? Are you upset by Clinton firing people? Because Trump's doing it, so I guess you're okay with it then. Were you not okay with it back in the 90s, or were you okay with it back in the 90s and not now? Which one is it?
Well, I'm going to say like this. You said, am I okay with him firing people? No, I'm just saying that's what he did, right? And so you're saying expansion of government, you're against big government, right? That's what you're saying. So if you're saying you're a big, then Bush came out and expanded the government because what did he have? Homeland Security, opened up the Department of Homeland Security. He expanded the government exponentially.
We did have to kind of have a.
Oh, now we had to do this stuff now.
No, we didn't. Remember the thing called 9/11?
Come on, let's be real. He knew about 9/11 before it even happened. We didn't have to do any of that. He went into a whole nother war. This could have what we could have done is not spent that money on war.
Are we getting into conspiracy theories again?
Are we not? That's not a true fact that Condoleezza Rice told him that people were talking about flying airplanes. Are you telling me that's not?
No, they did know, but they didn't have all the intel.
Okay, then you know what I mean. So
that's why you create a Homeland Security after the fact.
You didn't need it if you already knew about this before you had Homeland Security and do nothing about it. Who cares about if we got Homeland Security or not? You know what I mean. If you already knew,
it does matter.
Come on, man. This is crazy.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So you're not against. So you're not. So again, now you're not against big government. Now you're not against big government because we just.
I'm against big government when it's waste, fraud, and abuse. Yes. Homeland Security is needed.
That is a Trump line if I ever heard one. Waste, fraud, and abuse. Waste, fraud. That's you guys are good. I love the fact that how you guys all toe the line and say the same exact thing. I love it. I think that's one of the greatest assets you guys possibly have. I'm not even just joking. Hold on one second. Yeah, that's one of the greatest things you guys do is you guys all toe the same exact line. You guys do. Seriously. It's perfect. It's in sync with each other. Everyone. It's you guys are all in perfect sync. Waste, fraud, and abuse. You know what I'm saying? Russia. Hoax. Are
you trying to call us the Borg? Are we a hive mind? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, man. It's crazy because as soon as he got in trouble for the Epstein thing, what did you guys all turn to? Russia. You see your girl Gabby.
I saw it today. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
Because she comes out with another bombshell. No one's going to jail. They ain't even arrested nobody yet. You know what they should have did was arrested somebody.
First they have to do.
Arrest somebody.
The DOJ has to do their investigation, and they have to get people involved. And
she already had all the evidence. She got the bombshells. She got everything, right?
Do you not know how? You can't just arrest somebody without an investigation.
I thought she already.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you can. I thought you're called illegal. You're called illegal immigrants. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that.
I thought she did the investigation. My bad. I'm surprised you're not calling them illegal aliens. You call them aliens too?
No,
you call them illegal aliens. It's crazy.
No. They don't have big eyes and brown.
It's just crazy. You guys will say aliens, all kinds of stuff. You guys.
You got one of those alien type heads.
I do got a big head. I'm not gonna act like I don't. I know. I'm okay with mine. You know what I mean? Are you okay with yours? Are you okay?
I love my dome.
Hey, but honestly, here let's talk. I really wanted to talk about. I was happy to see that they did free Abrego Garcia. I mean, that just tells me right there that his illegal actions, someone's gonna at least, stop him from doing that, because he really didn't want him to even get free in the United States. They charged him with another crime when he got here, and you know what the judge said? You guys ain't got enough evidence to keep him. That's what the judge said. You don't have enough evidence to keep him. I'm letting him go on bail. This is ridiculous.
I mean, it's eventually gonna happen. It's eventually gonna happen.
He's gonna go to court for it.
I mean, he was illegal. B, he committed a crime, so he needs to get deported.
I don't know. He hasn't been convicted of anything. So we're gonna have to say here.
Did he not get convicted for beating his wife?
No, he did not.
Oh, that's right.
He wasn't convicted for that. There was no conviction of that happening right there. That's just an allegation until he gets convicted.
Until his wife changed her mind.
I mean, whether she changed her mind or whether it's true or whether it's false. Right now, there's no conviction. That's how we have to look at it. You know what I mean? Then we also have to look at the fact that when they kicked him out of the country, they said he was smuggling human beings. He comes back in. Judge says that, you know what? There's no evidence of this. That's what he said. So now he's here and he's free now. So that speaks volumes.
Much longer.
Does that not speak volumes that tells you they let him go? They let him out. They brought him back from another country he wasn't supposed to be sent to, and they let him out. That doesn't speak volumes to you?
I mean, listen.
Speaks volumes to me.
The fact that he got sent back to his home country.
The one that was illegal. But didn't the judge say don't send them back to that country?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
That was a court order. Court order, huh? He just violated a court order. Who's goes to jail?
He was already down there before the court order came out.
So no, he was in the air. He was in the air when the court order was already in place when they took him. They knew about the court order when they took him.
They were already over international waters.
No, the court order was. He already had a court order in place before they ever.
I think your timeline's off.
I think you just made up what you just said just now. It's crazy that you just made that up. Because
now, the judge said, Abrego Garcia is still facing charges related to the 2022 traffic stop in Tennessee, where he was allegedly transporting undocumented immigrants. So he's going to get kicked out of the country anyway. I don't know what.
No, but the judge just said, you know what? There's not enough evidence to hold him on for pending trial for that. The judge just said that and let him out. That's what he got let out for.
I don't know.
That's what he got let out for just now. Go look it up.
It's going to happen.
I mean, isn't that the thinking and then actually what the judge said just now? Like, hey, let me let this man go free because he's
So there's an Al Jazeera column where they're saying lawyers are asking that Kilmar Abrego Garcia stay in jail to avoid U.S. deportation.
I mean, because they know you guys are going to harass him and try to pick him up and mess with him again. It's ridiculous, man. This country has come to this.
But here's the issue. You're going to have one activist judge say, yes, you don't have enough to sit there, but they're going to appeal that, and it's going to go up higher, and then another judge is going to let it go through. So,
is he an activist judge, or there's just not enough evidence?
It's probably some activist judge that wants. I mean, we have a whole bunch of them all over the country on both sides.
So let's say this. They never arrested him at the time of the alleged crime when this happened. They didn't even arrest him then. So how is this an activist judge? This is a new charge. They just fabricated recently when they kicked him out the country. They were told not to. That's a fabricated charge. You know it too, man. Come on. This is crazy.
I don't know if it's
but now all of a sudden,
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a agent.
So you said this happened in 2022. If you have not arrested me for all this and it's 2025,
No,
You
he
know what I
was.
mean? Then all of a sudden, I become a big deal. I get kicked out the country when I'm not supposed to, because there's already an order in place for me not to be kicked out. The judge, when I'm over the international, or probably over another country, said, "Hey, bring him back right now." You don't do it. You put me into an Alcatraz or worse type of environment where I'm beaten, fed food that had maggots in it, all kinds of stuff.
I didn't see any maggots. I didn't see any maggots. I
This is
saw
what
some
people are saying.
good food while he was sitting there with that senator.
For like 5 minutes, man. You talking about during the hostage situation where he was trying not to say the wrong thing because he knew he had to go back into the cell with those guys again. This is crazy that you guys are like this, man. This is nuts. But I can understand why you guys are like this, though. I know why.
Why?
You guys, because you guys feel like you're everybody calls you guys a forgotten man. These guys are forgotten man. You guys think everyone forgot about you.
I don't forget about myself at all at any point in the day.
That's what they call you guys. I had a friend of mine tell me, "We're the forgotten man," and we're tired. I said, "Man, you ain't forgot. You just didn't do the things you wanted to do with your life. You forgot yourself. How about that?" That's how to tell them. You forgot about yourself, man. Why don't you go enjoy your life a little bit?
No, what really?
This is crazy.
Did you see what happened out in California with their $20 minimum wage?
What happened?
Oh, businesses are getting crushed out there, and they're firing people because they can't afford it.
It's going to end up happening. You know why it's going to end up happening? Because most of it is the fact that that
now you got somebody that wants a $50 minimum wage.
You're always going to have people.
There's a Democrat that wants a $50 minimum wage.
When your prices don't keep pace. I mean, when your wages don't keep pace with prices, this is what the problem lies right here. Because then all of a sudden you have to make a huge drastic change somewhere. We did the same thing in this state, not to 20, but we made big jumps over a year's period of time. Like 1 year to be like $1.50, another year to be like, it was just big jumps. Where it was like it was hard for businesses to keep pace with something like that. But at the end of the day, if you have not been changing your minimum wage over a long period of time, and prices are getting so high, it's a problem. Look at some places like, where minimum wage, look, I think minimum wage like in Arizona is like 3 something or something like that. It's something really low. It's ridiculous.
I mean, federal minimum wage is $7.15.
But I don't think every state
can't be any less than that.
I don't know if that
can't be less than that. Now, minimum wage for like waiters,
wait staff, something like that.
That can be lower because of tips.
Well, maybe it's the fact that I think they pay for unemployment like $250 a week or something like that. Like in Arizona, $250 a week in Arizona. You know what I mean? Like that's. I mean, no matter how much you made, you could have made whatever you made. You could have been making 6 figures. They're giving you $250 a week. You know what I mean? Try to live off that. But this is what's going on. And you go to a lot of these red states, man, where it's bad at. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty bad. Most red states are ran into the ground. They're the worst ran states out of any states in America. And most of them are only doing good because the blue states are giving them money. There's money coming in from the blues. This is what's going on.
You also got to remember, in red states, your taxes are much lower. Property taxes are way lower. School taxes are way
your house
lower.
Isn't worth anything. I own some houses in some blue states. I'm trying to tell you, if your property's not worth anything, what can you tax me? How can you tax me if my job only pays me $11 an hour?
You come down here and look at all the damn new housing developments that are going up around here.
George is a little bit crazy. Different. We know that the Atlanta area, what's that county called right there? In the Atlanta
Cobb County, DeKalb.
You know that like Atlanta and its surrounding areas have a higher I think a higher GDP than the states that surround them.
Now hold on.
Then like 4 or 5 of the states that are around it.
DeKalb County, I believe, is the county north, the northern part of Atlanta. Cobb County is the southern part of Atlanta. It's one or the other, but it's the Cobb County, I believe, is the one that is that is what brings
all the revenue.
Yeah, no, it brings down the revenue because it's a poorer part of Atlanta. It's
There's going to be poor parts. There's going to be poor parts of everything.
DeKalb County is the ritzy, Alpharetta, all the Marietta area, I believe, all that up there in the northern part of the city. But you come down to Cobb County and there's no housing. There's it's all not tenement housing, but it's pretty bad.
But all along through there though, there's lots of commerce going on. I mean, because even with the fact that it's less in Cobb County than DeKalb.
I
mean, you start looking at McDonough, all along those areas. I mean, you got Lithia Springs. I mean, there's a lot of commerce going in and out.
There used to be.
There still is.
But I've been up there within the last couple of years, and man, I'll tell you, The places that used to be there are no longer there. I mean, there's a
Well,
lot of businesses that are gone.
We run a lot of freight. We run a lot of freight in around.
No, there's a lot of freight companies there. That I won't disagree with that. But when you're talking other commerce, there's not a lot there. And it's kind of spread out. No, I'm sure you do a lot of business.
A lot. Yeah, I mean, like to the point to where I mean, you guys got. I mean, of course, there's gonna just everything that's normal. Gatorade places, you got all your different, everything really. I mean, we shipping a lot of furniture over there too as well. It's a lot of stuff going on over in that area. But they say that in that particular area that basically the greater Atlanta area has a higher GDP than the surrounding, like I think it's South Carolina, North Carolina,
well,
I mean Tennessee, Alabama. I mean, is that Alabama?
Remember, that is the capital of Georgia. So you're gonna have. I mean, it is jam packed up there, man. There's all these everywhere,
states, but all the other surrounding states. That's like right here, a small area than all the surrounding states.
Now, I will say this: Greenville, Spartanburg, and South Carolina are huge. They've gotten so much bigger over the last 10, 15 years. Birmingham in Alabama, that's getting a lot bigger now. I mean, there's a lot of areas, even in North Carolina area. They're growing leaps and bounds up there. North Carolina's become a big tech area.
Well, I mean, right now they're not as big as the Atlanta area, which is a blue area.
No,
right?
I mean,
you know what else North Carolina's turning into?
Atlanta's also got Hartsfield Airport, which is the largest airport in the world.
Is it?
It's either number 1 or number 2.
I don't know.
I know it's number 1 in the country.
It was a big airport, man. It's just the worst airport I've ever been to in my life, though. At the same time, what is that? Is that Orlando? I think it's Orlando, man. They got the worst. It's huge. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. Go fly international. There. You got to walk outside. You got to take your stuff, get your stuff, go outside the building, come back. You pretty much take it.
No, I'll go to Hartsfield. It's only an hour away.
I don't ever want to do that. I'm not ever taking that airport again. It's crazy. I mean, you literally have to get your bags, go check back in. It's the worst.
I've flown in there numerous times, never had a problem there, but I've never.
That's probably for domestic. Yeah, it's for domestic. It's probably because you're probably staying in, but you have to. It's like have a whole nother concourse for it, man. You have to take a train, get off the train, walk your bags far.
Now, Atlanta's got it to where you park in a certain area. They have a shuttle that takes you because their international is off of the main concourse, so they have their own concourse, but they have a shuttle that takes you out there. But you walk into that place and it's immaculate in there. It's really nice. Yeah.
I mean, we got some nice airports out there. I wanted to also bring up the fact of you guys how great your president's been doing with getting all these trade deals going. You know what I mean? He's done an excellent job allegedly here. He said he's going to have 90 trade deals in 90 days. Did he say that? Thank you. What does he have?
He's got one with Japan.
Oh, yeah, he's got one with Japan. You know what? And then he has a bunch of them right now. He's about to have tariffs going through the roof. That's why our prices are going up right now because he doesn't know what he's doing.
We talked about this a couple months ago, and what did we say? It is a bargaining chip. That's all it is. When you create tariffs, they are to get people to the table to get a better trade deal. That's all it is.
This guy is,
for you not to know that and not to see that, that's exactly what's been happening. You start saying I'm gonna charge you 50% tariff, and then they start coming to the table. And
why have they come to the table? How long has it been? How long? On August 1st, he has a bunch. He has about 12, or he has a bunch of countries. I don't want to say the amount. It's like probably like 20 or something countries that are about to have their tariffs go up. You know what I mean? So where haven't they come to the table? He only has like 8 trade deals done. If everyone's going to come to the table, he has such a great bargaining chip.
There's more than 8.
Tell me who they're with. Say there's 10.
Well, I don't know who they're all with.
Exactly, because he doesn't have any. Okay.
Whatever.
That's why. That's why you have no idea because they're not happening. You know what I mean? Everyone knows.
Because he doesn't have any.
He's the worst. He's the worst businessman ever. He is. What? We all know he is. He's the worst. You know what I mean? This he's like, I got a modest loan from my dad. He said he got a modest loan of $1 million from his father back in the 80s when $1 million was like modest. A lot of. In the 80s,
I mean, it's modest for him.
Listen, this is what I'm gonna say. I don't know.
If your parents are multimillionaires, right? And you say, "Dad, can I borrow some money to get my own business up and running?"
And give you $1 million in the 80s.
That's a modest.
In the 80s.
Yeah, no, in the 80s, it was booming.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this too, though. Let me say this. Well, when did $6 million Man come out? Was that in the 80s? I think it was like in the 70s
that was
or
in
80s.
the 70s. That was in the 70s.
$6 million is a lot of money back in the day. I don't think I don't think sports players were even trying. They were just starting to make $1 million in the 80s. We thought $6 million was a lot of money. Like that's that was like a unheard of amount of money to us back then. $6 million, that was a lot. So imagine a person gives you
well,
$1 million.
when you're building out a cyber guy.
Hold on, wait. He probably got that in the 70s. He probably got that loan in the 70s then.
Yeah, he could have, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I would think so.
$1 million. Here you go. I mean, dude, and he blew through that. He blew through it all. You know what I mean? They said his dad gave him like $400 million, and he blew it. He's done a good job of it. He's been able to trick a whole bunch of people, such as yourself, into believing that he's who he is, and he's become president now. And now he's gonna make billions of dollars off the American people. That's a strange thing, and you're okay with that, huh? You're good to go with that, aren't you?
Listen, I'm not struggling. I'm benefiting from certain aspects of the government.
From Biden's and Obama's economies.
Whatever.
Not Trump's. Trump's economy has not done anything good for us. He's had one of the worst economic records of any president, pretty much, probably except for like George Bush or something.
You live in a fantasy, don't you? You really do.
That's a fact.
No, it's not. It is. It's far from a fact.
Crazy.
Where in the world do you come up? Where do you come up with your numbers? Because in fact, I don't see numbers.
He was the first.
I see nothing from you as far as facts are concerned.
All you have to do is look my stuff up. Go look them up.
Oh,
everything I say is true. Yeah. Everything I say is true. He's the first president. I don't know when the last president was to lose jobs during his administration.
Dude, he lost jobs because of COVID.
Oh man!
Holy crap!
You're just
then Biden said, "Oh, well, we gained 14 million jobs." Well, guess what? You only gained 10 million back that you lost.
You're just like him, man. You guys make excuses for
that's not an excuse.
That's an excuse.
Hold on. Anybody who's listening, please do a fact check on what Wesley just said about 10 million jobs being lost due to COVID.
I didn't say that.
No, I said it, but you said it wasn't true.
I didn't say that wasn't true.
Yes, you did.
No, I
said,
didn't.
You make an excuse, and
that's an excuse. I said that. That's not to say that that's not true. It's an excuse. Okay, listen. As a president of the United States, you're the CEO of the United States, correct?
Yes.
So whatever goes on during your administration, you're culpable for. Correct. So when 9/11 happened under George W. Bush, he was culpable for that. When the financial crisis happened under George W. Bush, no matter what happened, he was culpable for that. When Obama had to deal with the financial crisis during his term, he was culpable for that. When Crimea was invaded by Russia during Obama, it does not matter. When you're the person in charge, you're in charge. Quit trying to make excuses for people when they're in charge. Right. It's just strange that we do that. I thought, okay, so if Biden was culpable for the Ukraine war, which he has nothing to do with, during his administration, how is he culpable for that? And you're making an excuse for something that happened during Trump's administration. But this has nothing to do with Biden, but he actually had something to do with Trump when COVID was right here on our front door.
But Biden said he gained 14 million jobs in his 4 years, but the problem was 10 million of those we lost during COVID.
Okay, that happens. That's part of the game.
But yet he touted that he created those jobs. He didn't create jack squat.
The conditions were set to where under his administration, those jobs were regained. That's all. That's right or wrong.
Well,
take the good with the bad.
Right, you know but I mean, that's because we came out of COVID.
Do you know what else he got? He got because of COVID. You know what else he got because of COVID? A huge inflation because of COVID.
Loss of memory.
I think he had that before. I think he had a little bit of that going on before.
Falling upstairs.
I know we're not talking about big ankles right now. Are we talking about big ankles right now?
He ain't falling upstairs.
He did fall up the stairs. He just fell up the stairs here recently. He's younger than Biden. Too at the same time. Yeah, I'm saying he wants to tell us about his big ankles right now because now he's all of a sudden he's hurt. He doesn't want to talk about who doesn't he want to talk about right now? Why does he want to talk about?
He's got cankles.
He does. For real.
He's got cankles.
Listen, but why does he want to change the subject to about his big ankles right now? All of a sudden, we don't want to talk about this. We don't want to get back on this subject. I'm not talking about his big ankles right now. We don't want to get on this subject. Hey,
he's got big hands. Big hands.
Hey, did you see the fact that what was you see the Republicans now, they've gone out of session now. They're out of session right now. Yep. You know why? They didn't want to take the vote. The big vote that they had, I think 10 Republicans.
They're in recess.
Yeah, because you know why?
Because they're in recess. Because that's their time. That's the time of year Congress leaves.
No, he left. No, they left early. They left. No, they left early. They left early. You know, they left extremely early. He was like, "Oh, let's get out of here because I got 10 Republicans who are ready to side with the Democrats to release the Epstein files, and we don't want them to." Why is your party?
I thought today was the day. Was their last day.
No, no, they left
today
early.
Was their last day.
I'm not sure, but I know they left early. They left session early. You should look it up. I'm telling you, they left early.
I'm going to.
They should look that up. They left early.
Left an hour early, or
no? What? They left early. They were like, we don't even want to have a vote on any of this. Let's just get out of here. They had 10 Republicans ready to side with Democrats, which would have passed it, so they could have released the Epstein files. Why are Republicans afraid to release the Epstein files? Why is that?
No, this is their normal. Yes, Congress is currently on a summer recess and is scheduled to return in September on September 9th.
Find out why.
So this is their normal recess.
Did they leave early? Did they leave
early?
Doesn't
say anything about leaving early.
Do I need to look it up right now? Do I need to look up Republicans leave early?
I'm looking.
I mean, I can make this happen. I know they left early. They left early. Whether it was a day early or whether it was whatever early, they left
House
early.
Cancels. Hold on. House cancels votes day before summer break.
Day before summer break, they get out of here. They're like, we're out of here a day early. We don't want to have this vote.
No, that was the day. That was the day earlier. Last day of votes before summer break. So whenever they voted on that was the last day. So your premise is all wrong again, like usual.
They left the day early as not to vote.
No, they didn't leave a day early. They left on the day they were supposed to leave, Leslie. That's what it just said. That was from NBC.
Let me find out here. Right now, I don't like your facts right now. I don't like your facts right now. I think your facts are off.
House cancels last day of votes before summer break.
Oh, the last day. So they did leave early. So they did leave early.
They just canceled the votes.
You know why they canceled?
Anything about leaving early.
They canceled all votes a day early. You know why? Because they did not want to talk about Epstein. They did not want to bring the files out because who's in the Epstein files? The same person who said this was all made up by Obama and Biden and everybody else. That's why they didn't want to talk about it. If I'm in something, I'm like, hey, blame it on Steve that he made it up. You know what I mean? And to smear me, why would I be saying that unless I know that I'm in there?
Oh, hold on. Okay, so it says here the GOP-controlled House is cutting short its last work week before the summer recess because of the fight on Capitol Hill by a day.
Oh, so it's cut it short as not to. So it cut it short to not talk about Epstein and release.
No, they just canceled the vote on
it. Why? Why don't want to vote for that?
I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get the votes to release the stuff. I have
no
idea.
They did. No, they had 210 Democrats and 10 Republicans. They had 220. It only takes 218, buddy. They had enough votes to pass it.
Don't see that.
It's Massey had it. Massey came out and said, I got he said he had like 10 or 12 other people ready to vote with him. Massey's a Republican. That's a fact. Go check that out. Burchett, even.
But they've also have a subpoena. They also have a
subpoena
subpoena for Maxwell to come in and talk to them. So why would they do that? Why would they do that if they want to keep it quiet?
And they listen. They didn't.
Why? Yes, they did. They just offered up a subpoena to Ghislaine Maxwell to come in and talk to the House Oversight Committee.
A Republican offered that up, and they shut it down. A Republican offered it up to say, hey, let's put a bill forward to have Ghislaine Maxwell come in and talk to us, and they shut it down. So let's not act like. Then the DOJ says, oh, we're going to go talk to her. You're going to send the Trump deal. Yeah, they can. They have to vote, and no one can say I have the power to subpoena somebody. It's a committee.
Burchett, Republican of Tennessee, passed a motion in a subcommittee meeting to have the House Oversight Committee issue a subpoena for Maxwell to appear for a deposition.
When they come back out in the session, because the House is done.
Yes. Oversight chair. Yes, but this is when they come back in September. Oversight Chairman James Comer, Republican Kentucky, said through a spokesperson that he had encouraged Burchett to make the motion and that the subpoena will be issued as expeditiously as possible. You don't have to vote. If the chairman of the subcommittee wants to subpoena somebody, he can do it. He has that power. You don't need to have a vote in Congress to do so.
Do you know who's going to be talking to her first?
You know that. You know that, right? You know that's a fact.
I'm not going to say I know that or not. I don't know that. Maybe you do. I don't. I can't say that I do.
Subcommittee chairman,
and I can appreciate the fact that you have that type of knowledge. That's why we're around each other, because you have that extreme knowledge of understanding that the subcommittee chairman.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I'm being honest. I'm talking crap, but I didn't know that. But let me say this. Listen. I'm happy.
Why would they do that? Why would they do that?
They had to be forced to do it. Why don't they just release the
paperwork?
paperwork?
They were not forced to do it.
Forced. You were pushed into doing this.
Nobody forced them to do it.
Oh my gosh, bro. Like, let's be real, man. Hey, thank you guys for joining us on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm telling you right now. Thank you guys. But listen, you should not be forced to release paperwork that's easy for you to just here it is right here. Release to the public. That's it. That's all they got to do.
They're not being forced to do anything. They want to get this out in the open.
Do you believe? Oh my!
I do believe that. I really do, because look at it this way.
Wow.
Again, if there was anything in there, Wesley, and I said this before, and I've heard it from different pundits on both sides of the aisle. If there was something in those files, it would have come out and destroyed Trump prior to this election.
No, it would not, because it was sealed. These files were sealed under the Obama. I mean, under
they could have unsealed
Biden's administration.
Biden could have unsealed it in a heartbeat.
No, he could not.
All he had to do was go to his DOJ and say unsealed.
They were sealed by a judge. It had nothing to do with the DOJ, or sealed by a judge under Biden's administration. Then Trump got
easily. They could have easily gone and fought that.
No, they could not. No, it wasn't, because there was other reasons behind
it. I mean, obviously they could, because it just happened.
No, because it was just unsealed. These things were just unsealed when Trump came into office. This is just what it was.
And
under Biden's administration, they were sealed. These were sealed files by a judge.
So Trump's administration got them unsealed.
Did not get them unsealed. They were not unsealed.
Well, then why weren't they unsealed under Biden?
Because there had like some type of like proceedings going on during Biden's administration with the whole entire case. It was something like that going on. I can't remember. You can look it up. But I'm just trying to tell you, this is what happened under Biden's administration. It's a fact.
Yeah.
So they could not have released
I love your facts. I'm
trying to tell you, you gotta look it up. It's all factual. And then your guy came out. He says he brought forth. He said,
your facts that we have. Nothing to back it up with.
Look here, let me look it up right now, just so while we're talking, because I'm gonna have to start doing this. I already can tell. I got to start looking these things up, because you will try to refute things. You'll just say stuff half the time too. You just say anything, and I know that too. But listen, like I said, man. Let me see. Okay, here we go.
The Guardian.
Oh, let's hope this thing doesn't.
That was January of 2024 that they were available, and they did nothing with them.
Okay, I mean, who cares?
Numerous court documents identifying associates of notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein were made public on Wednesday. This is January 24th of 2024.
So that's saying that's not even all the paperwork. So that's not saying everything was unsealed, just parts of it, right?
Yeah. But some of the high-profile names in the court documents include Prince Andrew, the former U.S. President Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson, and David Copperfield. These associates, just unsealed names, were contained in court documents filed as part of an Epstein accuser, Virginia Giuffre's lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, so just her lawsuit.
So they had documents unsealed during the Biden administration.
Okay, and they released them, right?
No, they didn't.
They did. They were released because the names were released. Those files the names were released, right?
So okay, okay. So if they were released, why didn't they go after Trump? Maybe because his name wasn't in them.
Okay, I wish I could go on my phone right now.
If Michael Jackson was in it, Michael Jackson was dead, but I mean, still, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, no mention of no mention of him
in the Washington Post. They said that Trump was told that his name is in the Epstein files. They're not trying to say it was in there negatively. They're in the Washington Post. They sent out an article today stating that Trump said that his name was in the Epstein files.
Okay, so if he's in the Epstein files and it's not a negative thing, then what's the point?
I didn't say that. I didn't say it wasn't negative. I said it's just
you're making the assumption. You're making the assumption. You're making the assumption that because his name is in there, that it's a negative thing. It may not be a negative thing. Maybe it was just because they were acquaintances or they had business dealings together.
If my name was in there, you know what I would do? And I had said I was going to release the files.
I'd lawyer up.
I wouldn't lawyer up. I'd release them. You don't have to lawyer up. Well, for what? Well, if you have, you got to lawyer up for?
But they were already released, and they did nothing with them.
They were not already released. There was a portion of it, like you said, about one accuser that was released. That was
with
just,
names.
I mean, but that doesn't mean those names did anything wrong. That doesn't mean that. So, I mean, all we're saying right now is this right here. It seems like you're very because did Trump come out and say that he was going to release the Epstein files or not?
Yeah, he did.
He said that. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Has he released the Epstein files?
Does he have to have a timeline of when he needs to do it? Seriously, I'm just that's a serious question. What was the timeline?
Came out said he wasn't going to release them at all.
He said there's nothing.
I'm not releasing anything. This is what he said. I'm not going to release anything.
4 years.
We had to be forced to try to get a grand jury, which he knew what they weren't gonna. The judge was gonna say no about it. You know what I mean? Like,
all right. So here's a good line. Donald Trump, whose association with Epstein has widely been reported, was also mentioned in the documents. The former U.S. president is not accused of wrongdoing. In Soberg's deposition, she said that they went to one of Trump's casinos in Atlantic City when a storm prevented Epstein's plane from landing in New York City. Jeffrey said, great, we'll call Trump and we'll go to, I don't recall the name of the casino, but we'll go to the casino. Asked at one point whether she ever gave Trump a massage. Soberg said no.
That's one person, right? There's several other people who said yes. So you're going to believe her? You're going to believe, I mean, you're believing her, right?
I don't know. I don't know what to believe.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem believing her. I don't have a problem believing her. You know what I'm saying? She said she didn't do it. She didn't do it. Other people said yes. Do we have a problem believing them?
I don't know. Because we do know that we have some false accusations because Dershowitz got his name got brought into it, and he has all the receipts to show that he wasn't ever around.
I don't know. He was his lawyer. I don't know where he was or wasn't. I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he wasn't. I don't know. But what I do know is there's a lot of paperwork out there right now.
There is, but I mean, there doesn't need to be a damn timeline as to when it gets released.
You don't want to know it. You wouldn't want to know if the person who you voted for was possibly into doing things that were,
evidently
worse than migrating across an imaginary line or whatever you want to call it.
According to this article in the Guardian, there is nothing in there that was negative against Trump.
How do they know? Well, they didn't say that. They're talking about one case about one person who filed a lot, who was one victim. They're not talking about all the other victims who are in the actual file. So how do you know that?
Accused. He's not accused in any of it as
yes, he is. He's been accused. You know, he's been accused several times already by several different victims. But him and Epstein had a 2015 case where a lady came out and said that, and then they had another little girl who said the same thing before that too. This is not the first. I mean, it's sad, man. We're at this place right now. We're before I know you were gun ho about releasing the Epstein files. Now all of a sudden,
I said you can release them or not release them. I don't really care. Because eventually, ostensibly, it has nothing to do with my life.
Oh, so
and if he is in it and he gets arrested for it, fine.
He's not going to get arrested for it. He's not going to get arrested for it because it's probably already past statute of limitation. All the other things, he's not going to get in trouble for it.
Not in New York City. I believe New York City is that statute of limitations out the window for that.
No, I think that they had a certain time frame on it where it's like, you know,
30, then they pop it up to 30 years.
I think they
opened it up 30 years.
I'm not sure. I think they opened it up and then it had a.
I mean, they had to go back. They had to go back in order to let what's her name civilly have a civil case against Trump.
Yeah, but I think they opened it up for a while and then they had a
that was back in the 80s or 90s.
I think they had a cutoff date on it. It's crazy that they even did that, to be honest with you. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, right now, the person who you're.
Until I see it, I don't really. It doesn't affect me at all. I can't tell you who's telling the truth, who's lying, what happened, who was in it. I have no idea because again, the Dershowitz thing kind of blows some of those accusations out of the water.
I don't think one thing could ever blow that many other accusations out the water. I don't think we can ever say that.
I mean, I'm not saying that one thing.
Turns everybody else's accusation
into a negative. If somebody accuses somebody of something and there's blowback because it's not true, then what else is not true?
Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, if somebody's telling the truth about something,
that's just. They already know they already lied about something because.
And they know they've told the truth, and they know they've told the truth about many more things because it's already a proven fact that the person's been convicted of this more than one time, was rearrested, and then all of a sudden he unalived himself.
He was. Nobody
and
else was.
his associate was arrested.
Nobody else has been arrested. Or
Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested too.
Yeah,
She was arrested as well. That's 2 people, right?
But
More than one.
Nobody from the standpoint of popularity, right?
You know,
nobody that's well known has been arrested.
And that's why people want the files released. So there can be more accountability, but you seem to not care about accountability.
I don't
when it
care.
comes to people.
Release
when it
them.
comes to people,
and if they get in trouble, they get in trouble. Leslie, it has nothing to do with me.
I mean, like I said, it should have something to do with you to look at the person who you voted for, and now he's not holding up his end of the bargain when he said he was going to release these files.
You can't convict somebody on an accusation, correct? No,
absolutely.
If there's no proof and they don't get charged with anything, I
don't even care. I don't even care if he's convicted or not. To me, I want the.
I would care if he. Listen, I would definitely care if he was convicted.
I don't think he's even get in trouble. I don't think that he will even get charged for it. I don't think that anyone will be charged for anything that they did back then. I don't think any of them will be. Period. I just want people to know this is what was going on. I mean, let's.
But again, how much truth is? We don't know the truth. We don't know the truth.
There's
no way. Maxwell's the only one that could really bring out the truth.
And who's to say? So basically, you'll never believe a person if they tell you that something happened, right?
Listen, Virginia Giuffre was the one that accused Dershowitz, right? Now we come to find out it's not true. He's got all the proof to show. Yes.
Oh, she's dead.
Giuffre, yeah, she's dead.
Oh, she's dead. Okay. Yeah, and it just.
What's that have to do with anything?
I don't
know. She accused an innocent person.
I don't know what she did or didn't do. I can't even say that she just accused somebody or it didn't happen or what did happen. Like I said, you weren't there. I wasn't there. But the point of it is, though, factually, they should have released these.
There are no facts. There's no facts. We have supposition. We have accusations. That's it. We have nothing to back it up with. There are no facts with it.
They should have released the files and allowed the court of public opinion.
Again, if you release the files, how much of it is true? You don't know. You could have 1,500 names in there, 1,499 maybe false.
I think at the end of the day, I think that things will play themselves out, however it goes. I think if people are victims,
but sitting there complaining about it not getting released, what is the big deal? I don't understand the issue around when they should release it.
I think the point of it is like letting people see what's going on. I think that's the biggest thing. Open it up. If there's people out there who didn't do something, I mean, most times they'll accuse somebody of something, put them in jail, and make them prove their innocence. What are we talking about right now?
You can't. No, that's not how
they do it all the time. They do it all the time.
You are not guilty.
I mean,
you are presumed innocent.
When there's plenty of people who they put in jail. Plenty of people they put in jail and made them prove their innocence. That's what they do to you. When they keep,
then they're in there wrong. That's the wrong way to do it.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
This country is built on your innocence first.
Yeah, I mean that's what they say. So, but if they arrest you, put you in jail, and then tell you don't get a bail, isn't that like? Wouldn't that be considered being arrested and being like you're guilty until proven innocent?
That's very seldom anymore. Bail's hardly a thing anymore.
When? What do you mean? Bail? They're always
no shit. You know how many places don't even charge bail anymore for crimes?
I'm not sure. I don't know that one right there, but I know plenty of other places that do charge bail, and they're not letting people out of jail. I mean, and you gotta look at people like there's lots of people who went to jail.
You look at some of these cities run by. You look at some of these dim cities run by district attorneys that are on the left. They don't even charge bail anymore. San Francisco's one of them. LA's one of them. They can go out and steal whatever the hell they want, but they don't get a bail assigned to them. They just get let loose.
I'm not sure how much. I mean, if they receive bail or not. I don't know if those are not like no bail at all, or they probably have like certain laws they no longer assign bail for. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. I can't say that for sure. You know what I mean? I've heard of that they are doing a lot more no bail. You know what I mean? Like letting people go. You know, because they've used the bail laws a lot of times they used it illegally. I mean, at the end of the day, if they're using bail laws to keep you in jail so that you cannot defend yourself properly, because if you're in jail, you can't.
Kamala Harris.
You really can't afford an attorney.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. She was a prosecutor. I mean, that's who she is. She's a prosecutor.
No, when she was the attorney general.
I mean, that's pretty much the top prosecutor of the
She
state.
kept people in there past. She kept people in there past their time to get out for free labor. That's a fact.
I don't know how much she can keep people in jail or what she can or cannot do. You know what I mean? Pass her time for labor or not, or you know what I mean? But I can't say that. I think that right now you're making assertions that are speculative versus being factual. But we'll let you go ahead and make those assertions.
I'm not the one. I'm actually not the one who made those assertions. You know who made those assertions?
Probably Trump.
Nope.
Who?
It was somebody on the same debate dais as she was.
It happens sometimes. People say things. People say anything, especially when it's time to say anything.
You want to know who that was?
Biden.
Tulsi Gabbard. I
mean, no one listens to Tulsi Gabbard, man. Didn't Trump just say no one cares what she says?
And you know what? It wound up being true.
Didn't Trump just say no one cares what Tulsi Gabbard says? No one cares what she says. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I don't care. Sometimes I don't care what he says.
I'm sure you don't, but 99% of the time you're gonna quote what he says and mimic it back to everyone else and tell everybody else that is factual and it's law. You know what I mean? Hey, you're a good Trump supporter. You're loyal.
I'm not loyal. I'll be the first one to admit I voted for him because everybody else sucked.
Oh.
I knew what I was getting if I voted for Biden. I already knew. I knew what I was getting if I voted for Hillary. I already knew.
So you voted for Trump 3 times.
Yeah.
You're a 3-time Trump voter, huh? 3-time Trump voter. For the worst president in the history of our country. You voted for him 3 times, huh? I've never voted for him, and I never would. I'd never even consider voting for him.
No,
never.
I know.
Never in life. He just doesn't.
And that's all right. That's all right. You can be a loser with the rest of them.
He doesn't. He doesn't swing me like, you know what I mean, like to want to vote for a person.
Here's the thing. You voted for Biden, but you really didn't get Biden.
I think we did. I think he did an excellent job. I think Biden
didn't do the job. That's the problem.
This is what you say. You know what I mean? But if we look at the laws that were passed and we look at what's been passed under Trump, he shows us, everyone show you kind of who they care about with the laws they pass. When you look at laws that were passed by Democrats who are in office, they're doing laws that are for the people. People get for jobs, for infrastructure, things for the people. Trump comes out and says, I want tax cuts for the wealthy. I want to take away programs. I want to take away Medicaid. I want to take away, this is what I want to take away food.
No facts to back it up. Again, 0 facts to back that up. When I came
back, Medicaid was cut by $1 trillion. Medicaid was cut by $1 trillion. It's factual. We talked about this on
$312 billion into Medicaid.
That's not true. Not true. I mean, they may have put in after they cut. They probably cut 1.3 trillion. Then they said, "Oh, go ahead and drop $300 billion more." Who knows? I mean, I've never heard they put any money. I heard they cut it, and that's a fact. They're about to have 17 million people lose their Medicaid under Trump's new law. People are about to lose their food benefits.
Those people, the ones that are able to get a job.
Oh, so now you're just making up something more that's just
people
not even true.
People that can get a job instead of sitting on their butts. That are work worthy. So are you saying 70 million people? I don't know if it's that many, but there's a lot of people sitting out there that are working ability.
So let's say it's 100,000 people, and you cut 17 million. That doesn't matter to you, though. Doesn't affect you. I'm just saying.
I want to see where you see the 17 million from. I still haven't seen that.
They've talked about it already. Everyone knows they're about that. I mean, when you cut $1 trillion, when you cut $1 trillion out of a program, $1 trillion. Yeah, I mean, that's not only the fact they cut out of Medicaid, cut out of Medicare too, as well. Cut out a lot of money out of SNAP food benefits as well. Cut money out of preschool, all kinds of stuff. You guys, this is it's just crazy to me that we're sitting here having this conversation, and you act like we're like, oh, I never heard of these trillions being cut here, there, and there. They're cutting trillions just to give the wealthy.
No
tax cuts. Period.
I'm getting it. Listen, I'm getting a tax cut. I'm not wealthy.
Getting a small tax cut, which will be taken back from you in inflation when all this stuff comes due. This is the same thing we did last time. Inflation's not dropping. It went up 2.7%. It just went up 2.7%, man. In June, inflation just went up. They just talked about it. Come on. This is the misinformation of the average Trump voter is astounding. misinformation, man. You guys, there's anything you guys will do to kind of keep yourself in a situation to where you believe you know something, but then factually,
but you don't.
Tell me what on our what?
It went up. No, it didn't go up 2.7%. It went up 0.3%. It went from 2.4 to 2.7. It didn't go up 2.7%.
Well, it's up to 2.7%. Inflation.
See, you're saying you're going. It's going up. It went up 2.7%.
It's up 2.7%.
That's what we have to deal with from the left. You guys can't even get your facts straight.
So did it go up or not?
It went up 0.3%.
So inflation went up under Trump. Our prices going up under Trump.
Let's see. Core inflation, which excludes food and energy, also rose to 2.9%. However, some economists predict that the full impact of tariffs will still need to be factored in.
Oh, so they haven't even been factored in yet, is what he's saying. Strange, isn't it? This hasn't even been factored in just yet. You know what I mean? And August 1st, we're about to have go to Walmart. A lot of people are talking about Walmart prices have gone up. People are pretty surprised by August 1st what he keeps doing is pushing the play down the road. He's done it several times already now. Push it down the road all the way to August 1st. August 1st is going to be a big D-Day when all those other tariffs kick in and they're going to affect the American people. This is what he's been doing. He's playing a game.
Energy costs declined less sharply than in the previous month, with a decrease of 0.8% compared to 3.5% in May. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's still. There's some costs are going up, some are going down.
I think this when energy prices, man, normally fluctuate heavily in election years. That's normal. You know what I mean? Because that's
election year.
Well, last year it was. So that means that if you look at it, what they do when they look at price indexes, they look at overall, like for year to year and then month to month, as they normally do any kind of price indexes. So you're looking at it. Last year was an election year, then, correct?
Last year was, yes. So
that's what I'm saying, that they always try to fluctuate. If you look at any election year, they'll fluctuate oil prices. That's a way for OPEC and whoever else to kind of meddle in our elections by doing that.
I looked the other day with the oil price at that point in time. It was Monday. It was 68 point something per barrel. It dropped down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is good, especially during the summer months. As normally doesn't drop during summer months. Normally is at its peak during summer months, which is good. This is not. We just saw Trump go to the Middle East and sell himself. You know what I mean? He basically sold himself like a red. What is that? The red district? What is that? The red light district? Sold himself like he's on the red light district to all the people in the Middle East, the UAE, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia. Sold us out real easy. You know what I mean? Saw that happen. That'll probably help with oil prices right there, which is a good thing. I'm not against that.
Yeah.
You got
to make those deals, man.
But I am against him, using the office as a form of bribery, which he's been doing.
The annual consumer price index eased to 2.7% in June, a decrease from 2.8% in February.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So are there mixed signals? Yeah, but they're not bad. They're balancing themselves out. It's going to take a while to realize
figure out what's going on. No one. This is his first part of his administration. A lot of times, the first part of your administration is really the end of someone else's administration. That's just what it is. You're not.
It's also where you have to get your agenda passed. If you don't get your agenda passed before the first year is over, you might as well forget about doing it the rest of the time you're in office.
People don't want to move. People don't want to budge.
Right.
His agenda.
Well, part of that is too. Part of that is too because you have a midterm election coming up next year.
That's what I'm saying.
So
people don't want to budge.
If you don't get anything done, you might as well forget it because you always run the risk of being a lame duck president, which he is because he's not going to be able to run for another term. You're going to run into an issue where you're going to have to look at possibly losing seats. But it happens to every incumbent. It happened to Biden. It happened to Obama. It happened to Trump the first time. So that's nothing new. It's just the way things go.
I'm looking forward to him losing seats. He deserves this right here. He deserves everything coming to him right here.
Biden lost seats. He lost.
And he's still governed. And he's still governed. even with
Well, he
lawsuits.
got all his,
Still
but he got
government.
all his most of his stuff done prior to that.
I think he got a few bills done
He
bipartisan.
got small ones. He got some
with
small ones done.
a lot of infrastructure bills, a bipartisan bill.
But that was
You know what I
before
mean? Like,
that was before the midterms, I believe.
I don't know. I know the CHIPS Act also, I believe, was a
CHIPS
bipartisan.
Act was after. That was after.
You know what I mean? So I mean, he got some big stuff done.
He did. He did. I'm not gonna deny
Who's
that. I won't deny that. I think it was a good place to be for him because he did get some stuff done. He did get it bipartisanly passed, which was good. That's fine.
I don't
But
think
the problem with the left is they don't
at
want
all.
to be bipartisan with Trump.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think that Trump doesn't know how to. Trump hasn't brought anything to the table to be bipartisan for. Why does he bring an infrastructure bill to the table?
Because there was already one passed.
That doesn't
You
mean
spent trillions of dollars on infrastructure already. Why do you have to have a second one?
Do you know how bad
that doesn't make any sense?
Do we understand how
that's
bad
supposed to go on for another what? 15 years?
So that means you don't need anything else done. That means you don't need. But this country has been underserved.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
This country has been underserved as far as
you had an overreaching infrastructure bill, which goes for another, I think, between 10 and 15 years. That is already money that's been spent. We don't have the money to spend on it again.
Are you serious right now? We just showed that we had the money because we just made sure that there's going to be our debt's going to go up by another 3.5 trillion dollars because of this bill he just passed. We're gonna have to borrow that much more money. So come on, we got the money's there. You should be spending it on the right things. We're not spending it on the right things. It is. I mean, it obviously is there. He just spent $3.5 trillion to give to his buddies. That's pretty much what he did. So the money is there.
I'm gonna get money from it. You'll get money from it.
We'll get pennies from it.
You're his buddy. You get money from it.
I'm not his buddy. I don't like.
Guess
Trump
what?
at all.
If you would not have passed that tax deal, your rates would have gone up to what? Your tax rate would have gone up probably 4 or 5%.
You know what? I mean, this is what I'm gonna say about that. To me,
am I wrong? Am I wrong?
This is what I'm gonna say. Anywhere it go with this, I mean, honestly, I don't think that this is a good tax deal to pass because at the end of the day, let me say why. Because the last time he passed his tax deal, how do we pay the money back? Through inflation. Because that's what happens when you do stuff like that. When you start taking away things like this, we pay the money back another way, but it's way more than what we actually got.
But here's the thing: I mean, you keep your money and you have the spending money to empower the economy to grow. When your taxes are lower, Wesley, my taxes are lower. That's more money in our pocket. That's more money we can either save or put back into the economy.
What they should have done was raise the tax rates on the wealthy. Because that's what's happening here.
But they're paying 99% of the taxes already.
I mean, and they have how much of the wealth is allocated to them as well?
Are you going to punish somebody for doing well?
No one's saying you're punishing them for doing well, but I think other people
if you're going to raise.
I think a lot of other. That's not me.
What are you asking for?
The tax rates used to be higher than this before, and we had an actual middle class at that point in time. That's a fact. We had an actual. It doesn't. Most times you can raise a person's taxes wherever you want to. But
hello, middle class right here, me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying we had a thriving middle class. We don't have a thriving middle class right now. We just don't. Not a strong not as we used to. Now where people can actually go out and afford to buy.
That's not one party's fault though. That's both parties' fault.
I'm not saying whether it's one party's fault or not, but what I do think is that a lot of laws that were passed by Republican administrations have shown to be skewed towards one group of people who are the wealthy people in this country. That's how I feel about it. You know, I don't want. Didn't
Obama have a tax rate decrease as well?
I don't remember
during his time.
I don't recall that.
I have to look that up, but
I don't think so because he only had about 2 years that he was even able to get anything passed. I think he got his Obamacare passed. I think he got the Rescue Act or whatever it was passed as well. But I don't think he had a tax decrease during his time. I think he had the wherewithal to get that kind of stuff done. Don't think he had that one.
I think he did. I think he had some kind of tax cut.
I don't think so.
In that administration.
I think he was a little bit, I mean, just a front run on it. I think he might have been a little bit smarter to know that you don't cut taxes in a good economy.
So he extended the Bush tax cuts.
How?
That's what he did. Taxpayer Relief Act of 2012.
Okay, so he just extended current tax cuts that are already in place.
He said allowing taxes to rise on the top 1-2% of income earners. This extension represented about 80% of the dollar value of the tax cuts.
Okay, all right. I
So,
mean,
yeah.
so he extended the tax cuts, which was a good thing.
Well, but I mean, that's what Trump's doing now. He's extending the tax cuts that put more money in your pocket.
I think that he should have, if anything, he should have extended them for the, for the middle, upper middle, and lower middle, lower classes as well. But he should have raised the tax rates on the wealthy, so we could have at least recovered some of this this hole that we're putting ourselves in. Because most of the tax cuts are going to go.
Okay, so what's a reasonable rate? What's a reasonable rate for a wealthy person? What do you consider wealthy? Because you're looking at $200,000 or more.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying
tax rate where your tax rate's up to almost 30%.
Well, I think that I think the tax rates can be done not just on what your wealth is, but how much you made. Say if you made, it should be tiered off about how much money you made. Say if you made over, say, 5 million, you should be taxed on that. Or 10 million, you should be taxed on that.
Until they fix the tax code,
absolutely,
people are going to take advantage of loopholes, just like.
And that's what I was already going to say too. That's a big thing. People are going to be able to take advantage of loopholes anyways, even when this is going on. They're still going to be able to do it.
But that's not the wealthy's fault though. That's the government's fault for having such a large freaking tax code.
And I would say that's
where they can't pare it down.
That's our fault more than anything else. We don't vote the right people in office to make sure these things happen. I can't say it's the government's fault. The government's paid off. That's how I feel. They're mostly paid off.
I agree with you. But until you get somebody in there that's willing to fight the system, which they're not going to do it because they're making all the money off the people that have all the money.
Factual.
So I mean, you look at a wealthy person. If you consider a wealthy person making $500,000 a year, I don't know what the tax rate is on that, but it's I think closer to 40%, if not over 40%. You're talking some people on the left want people that make over $1 million a year to pay 70%. If you make $1 billion, if you are a billionaire, to pay 90%.
I'm not sure. I think, maybe our tax rate is either 28% or is 38, something like that, somewhere around there. I can't remember. I can't recall on that for sure what our tax rate is right now.
For 2026, let's see. The permanent brackets are going to be 10, 12, 22, 24, 32, 35, and 37%. And that's for the first two, let's see, with an initial inflation adjustment in 2026 for the first two tax brackets, 10 and 12%. So actually, they're going to make people with a lower tax bracket are going to make more money based on that.
That's good. They're also going to pay more in cost too as well. Pay a lot more out because inflation. We both know this. This is where most of your money gets eaten up at. It's the cost of goods, what they were versus what they are now. Person gives you $1,500 for a year, but he takes away additional $4,500 in cost. Did you make more money?
Say that again.
And so if a person gives you $1,500 a year, in the form of a tax break, but he takes away $4,500 in the form of higher cost, did you really make more money?
Well, no, you didn't. But that's the thing. That's why you have to worry about keeping prices low, and that's what Trump wants to do is keep the prices low.
I haven't seen him do anything.
So let's see. Tax rates, if they had expired, 10% would not have changed. It has stayed 10%. 12 would have gone up to 15. 22 would have gone up to 25. 24 would have gone to 28. 32 would have gone to 33. 35 would have stayed 35. And then 37 would have gone up to 39.6.
Okay.
So the seventh rate begins at $642,950. That's for single filers threshold. Let's see. And then, so that's actually higher than what it was. It would have gone down in for single filer thresholds if it had expired.
Well, like we say, this is he's mostly a tax and spender. That's who he is. He likes to cut taxes and spend money that he doesn't have. This is what Trump does. Tries to pretend like he's cutting costs in places where he's really not cutting costs at.
But at the end of the day, Wesley, if you get rid of some regulations and you cut costs for certain things, which hopefully, I say hopefully, because I always give a little bit of grace in there somewhere to see what happens in the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully prices go down and they start to stabilize, and in the next 4 years you'll see your money go further. That's the whole point. And if your money goes further, then that's a good thing, correct?
You believe prices will go down in the next 4 years? Do you believe that? Seriously?
I do. I mean, I look at it this way. Price of eggs have dropped. Price of gasoline has dropped. It's lower than it has been in the last 3 years. Price of food is going down. So the things that matter to everyday people, the prices are going down.
Okay.
And that's an average. That's an average.
Understandable. Okay. All right.
But I'm not saying I can't say that's going to happen for the next 4 years. But it's one of those things where you have to wait and see what happens.
We haven't really saw prices go down. That's not a realistic. Prices normally do not. Once they get the prices up on something, they normally are not dropping. Different for a barrel of oil because that's a different situation.
Yeah.
But normally just overall goods.
So much.
Yeah. But normally with goods, they're not dropping those prices back down. They haven't even wanted to drop groceries back down to where they should be.
Hell, I'm paying a lot less for groceries than I was 2 years ago.
Are you talking about overall, all groceries overall? Because grocery prices are high. They just are.
You live in a pretty high state as far as prices are concerned to begin with.
You guys are more agriculture. Down in that area, so you probably has better price of goods, and then it's also cheaper. I don't know how much you're spending for gas there. How much do you spend for a gallon of gas there? I think it's like 4 or something or something like that, almost close to 5.
Like that. We pay right now is $3.95, and that's actually gone up in the last week.
It's always cheaper east, and then especially Midwest, South, always cheaper for everything.
Do you guys have a gas tax? Do you have a gas tax there?
I'm not sure.
We have a 7 cent on the dollar gas tax in Georgia.
I don't think we do, but I'm not sure.
Maybe it's more than that. It might actually be more than that. It might be 12, but it's not cheap. I know that.
So you guys are actually paying a little bit. Is that after cost? Is that they tax that on top of that? I don't think we have. They don't have that. You pay pretty much what you ask for. You pretty much cash out. You get exactly what you're asking for. You probably the tax is within the price of the gallon of gas. Okay, I'm not sure if we have that here or not. But okay. It's been a great session with you today. I don't want to, we're gonna have to try this again. You let me know. We'll talk.
Anytime you want to lose, I'll be right there to help you out.
All right. So this is I'm your host Wesley. This is my my gracious co-host Steve, and this is Civil Discourse. And we'll be back to see you guys again soon. Thank you for joining into our live broadcast.
Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it.
Let me see. How do I turn this one?